everybody. Welcome back to Old Man Van Running. We're back here in the Old Man Van Cave, in the Old Man Van Castle, to recap my most recent race result. As you know, Old Man Van qualified for the Boston Marathon in 2024. See the shirt? Isn't this cool? Isn't this cool? At the Marine Corps Marathon down in Arlington, Virginia and Washington, D.C. almost a month ago. Maybe 2 days short of a month ago on October 30th. So now, with a full recovery after that Boston qualifier, Old Man Van is back to racing. And this past Thursday, November 24th, 2022, which is Thanksgiving in the United States, Old Man Van ran the Manchester, Connecticut Manchester Road Race. This race, 4.748 miles, and you'll see, I'm going to say it again, it's a very, very, very well-known and famous road race here in the United States and especially here in the Northeast. So before we get into the video clips of the day before the race and the race day, let's take care of a few things. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't, that's okay. As I always say, leave comments. Please, please leave comments. Keep them respectful, but leave plenty of comments. Good, bad, constructive. That helps my algorithm. And also, if you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and let your friends know so they can subscribe to the Old Man Van Running channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll get notified when more videos are posted. So we're going to get into the video of the day before and then race day, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of a summary of how the race plan went and what actually happened. So without further ado, let's get to the video clips. Hey everybody. Welcome back to the Old Man Van Running channel. We are here in another part of Old Man Van's cave because I'm going to show you what my flat Old Man Van is going to be for tomorrow's Manchester Road Race up here in Manchester, Connecticut. The race is 4.748 miles. This race is a famous race. It's famous not only in the United States and in the Northeast, but it's famous all over the world. A big 1 mile hill. From miles 1 to 2, over 10,000 runners, world-class runners, Olympians, champions. It's just a real amazing race to kick off the Thanksgiving holiday. It's supposed to be beautiful weather tomorrow. Race time, 10 a.m. It's supposed to be about 38 degrees. So perfect, perfect, perfect weather. Not a lot of wind, no rain. Sun will be out, so it's going to be gorgeous. So let's look at what Old Man Van's going to wear. So first things are the shoes, right? Let me start with the shoes because I've got a little bit of a quandary here. I've got 4 pairs of super shoes to choose from. I've got the 2 pair of Saucony Endorphin Pro 3s. The pair I wore that was size 12 that I wore at the Marine Corps Marathon last month. That pair I sized up because it was a little too tight with the size 11.5. But for the 11.5, which is the pink version right here, those are really nice and snug. And I think for short races like 5Ks and 10Ks, they might just be the perfect racing shoe for those situations. So I don't need as much room in the toe box for getting past 20 miles and worried about, starting to blister up and things like that. Now, there's another pair of super duper carbon fiber racing shoes that I have not worn in a race yet. I did wear the Asics Metaspeed Edge Plus at the Brantford Road Race back in June, and I had it was a 5-mile road race, and I ran like 34:30 in it, so pretty darn good. But I have not raced in the Asics Metaspeed Sky Plus yet. So the 2 pair of shoes I am going to be selecting from tomorrow, and the jury is still out until maybe right before race time, is in the middle, the Asics Metaspeed Sky Plus, and over there, the pink beauties, the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3s. Now right there, I've got a nice pair of features, which is the sock that I really like, and I have many, many pairs of features, and they really work good for me. They're a little bit of a light to mid-weight sock, so it should be perfect for racing. Moving on up. You've got the Woleco distance short tight or half tight. Really, really good. I wore those for the Marine Corps Marathon. They were great because they have a pocket right over here. It's hard to see, but right over here, it's waterproof and it can fit my S22 Ultra. That's my Samsung phone. Over here, they've got another waterproof pouch where I can put my license and what have you. So I can carry my keys, my license. I can carry my phone without having to wear a belt, which is really good. We'll go up here and you'll see a little bit higher. I've got some Nike cool weather gloves that I'll be wearing. Sorry, it's a little dark. I've got my Garmin Fenix 6X Sapphire, which I've had for a couple of years now. I've got my Polar H10 heart rate monitor. I've got some old Pearly Zoomy cycling arm warmers because it's going to be a little bit chilly. And then I have this really, really nice, as you can see here, Manchester Road Race A6 singlet. So that's going to be cool. I bought that. That was one of the options you could buy. I bought that, figured that'd be great to race in. Since it's going to be a little bit cool, I've got a short sleeve Under Armour base layer underneath that, which I think goes really, really well with the singlet. And I have this A6 Manchester Road Race, and you see the logo right there, running cap. Then I have my Rudy Project shades, and I have my Aeropex headphones from Aftershock. So that is flat old man van for tomorrow's Manchester Road Race. What's another thing that's really cool is look at that. My number has my name on it, William. And I'm in the U35 Corral. There's over 10,000 runners. And because there's over 10,000 runners for a short race like that, and it's all packed into the main street, man, if you are in the back, you are going to be tripping over walkers, trying to get around people, probably walking for the first half mile, and that is not good when you're going for time. So because old man van is pretty fast for an old man, I am seated in the second corral up close to the front in the U35 class, which means under 35 minutes for the 4.748 miles. So that's really, really good. Another thing that I do use, and I really like them, I don't know if you've ever seen these maybe on Facebook or Instagram or one of those things where you get some ads, bib boards. If you see the bib boards right there, instead of safety pins, I use these snaps. These bib boards, they don't put holes in my jerseys or my singlets. They're really good. That picture on there is an osprey, and that's a photograph that I took that you can upload so you can have custom bib boards made. So that's these little snaps that I have there that I use when I race in place of safety pins. So I'm going to get to bed early tonight. I'm going to get out there very, very early. It's my tradition. I get there about 7 a.m. so I can get a parking spot on one of the side streets pretty close to the start. And then I just sit there, have some coffee, watch some videos on YouTube, that sort of thing. And then I got a buddy that is coming from New York. He's going to meet me there maybe a little before 8 o'clock. I'll have a parking spot for him. And this year we get to race together. We're both in U35, so that's going to be real cool. I am planning on taking the GoPro with me during the race tomorrow. Even though I'm planning on racing really, really fast. I want you guys to see what the Manchester Road Race is all about. So stay tuned for that. So there you have it. That is Flat Old Man Van getting ready for November 24th, Thanksgiving 2022, the Manchester Road Race.
Hey everybody, happy Thanksgiving! It's Thursday morning, November 24th, 2022. I'm here getting my breakfast ready, making me some oatmeal. Getting my coffee ready. It's Manchester Road Race Day. See, I got some tart cherry juice out here I'm gonna drink. I've got some Tailwind that I'm bringing with me. It's got a little caffeine in it. Also have a bottle of Tailwind Recovery. That is going to be for after the race. I got a little bit of fruit in there. I got some blueberries, got some cherries. Have a few nuts underneath there. It's very, very early. It is 5:43 a.m. So I've got a long time. I've got over 4 hours before race time, so I can eat that now. And I got the coffee on, so I'm getting ready. Slept pretty good last night, so I think I'm okay. Have all my gear in my little backpack here. Got my GoPro stuff. Got my bib and my singlet all set and my hat, and I've got my shoes. So we shall see which one of those pairs of shoes I'm going to wear tomorrow. Actually, today, this morning. Hey, see, I just got up. I just woke up, so a little foggy. All right, so I'm going to make my breakfast and get ready to pack up the vehicle. It's about a 35-minute ride, and I want to get there around 7. Hey, everybody. I'm here in Manchester, Connecticut. It is just shy of 8 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning. What a gorgeous day out here. Right now it's about 30 degrees. It's going to warm up to about 38 by 10 o'clock. Look at this. It's nice out here. I'm just sitting in my car listening to some tunes on YouTube. Really enjoying myself. Having myself a cup of coffee. Already hit the Porta-John once. So I get here real early. There's over 10,000 runners in this race. So, you know, places to park. There's not like big parking lots or anything. So you just have to find side streets. So I'm right up over the hill. It's an easy way to get in, easy way to get out. I get here 3 hours early because, you know what, I just relax, go to the Porta-Johns a few times, have some coffee, watch some YouTube videos, just relaxing, you know. I like to do that prior to races because it just gets me in the right mindset and allows me to do all the things I need to do with very, very little stress prior to race time. So, still haven't decided whether it's going to be the size 11.5 Endorphin Pro 3s today, the pink ones, or the ASICS Metaspeed Sky Pluses. Right now, I think I'm leaning probably more towards the Endorphin Pro 3s just from the stability aspect. I think I want to test out the Sky Pluses a little bit more on some training runs just to make sure that, you know, I don't go out there today in a race that I want to do well and just have a bad time with them. So I think I'll give a couple more tempo runs or some track workouts to test them out before I put them in a race. Maybe a week from Sunday in New Haven at the Christopher Martin's Christmas for Children's 5K. That may be the day that I debut the ASICS Metaspeed Sky Pluses. So we'll see. I'll probably have to take them on a run or two before then. Okay, what am I doing here? Like I said, I'm just sitting, relaxing. I'm going to have some Tailwind with caffeine in a little bit, just to make sure I'm fully hydrated, which I have no doubts I am. I'm staying warm. I've got my base layer on. My singlet with my bib is in the back. I'm going to put some nip strips on. Typically, shorter races when I wear an Under Armour base layer, it doesn't move around a lot, so I don't have problem with chafing on my nips. But I don't want to take any chances today, so I'm going to put some nip strips on, even though I'm going to have that base layer on under my singlet. So, looking forward to this. How am I feeling? Not bad. I got a decent amount of sleep last night, so I think I'm okay. The question's going to be, you know, have I lost some of my speed over that marathon training, my short race speed? Because ideally, what I'd be shooting for today is a sub 34 for the 4.748 miles. So, you know, I can do that, I know. I did a 34-31 5-miler, full 5-miler back in June, but, you know, I haven't been doing a lot of like that type of speed training. And I've just come off my, 24 days since the Marine Corps Marathon. So fully recovered now, but, you know, I haven't been doing a lot of speed work or anything. So I'm really interested to see how my body responds today with this hard effort. I only did one tempo run since the Marine Corps Marathon. So let's see if that fitness that I built up and then through the marathon compensates for the lack of short distance speed work. So more to come on that. Look at all the people.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ready to rock!
On Jim Balcom's watch, it is now 2 minutes to the start of the 86th running of the Great Manchester Road Race. Remove the yellow fences, please.
All right, crowd up front.
If this is your first time at the Manchester Road Race and you don't know where you're going, follow the person in front of you. 1 minute to the start of the 86th running. This, folks, in my world, is the happiest place to be, in downtown Manchester, running this Thanksgiving Day loop with all your friends. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing next year, but I assure you I'm going to miss this moment. 30 seconds. Bobby Moran, get ready. Make sure you got a bullet in that gun. Shoot
Get
it
ready to
straight
go!
up. 10 seconds, Bobby.
All right.
Let's do it!
Let's go! All right, let's go.
What a terrific view this is from my endpoint. See all my friends running here on Thanksgiving Day. This really is a special place. This is what I consider a nice place to be.
All right, here we go. Cranking not to the hill yet. Going pretty good though. About 650. All right, keep rocking. A little past mile 1, right around 7 minutes. Now we approach the hill. is the toughest part of the course. Toughest part of the course. Another famous part of the course. Let's go! Come on, everybody! All right, we got the last part of the hill. Get ready to head down the hill.
If you don't look so much, you take my hand.
Here we go. Heading down the hill. Down the bottom of the hill. Turn on to 44. Almost to the turn. Less than a mile to go. Here's a turn. Let's bring it home. Almost there. Holy crap. Holy crap. Wow. Now we gotta wait for Adam to come in. Whew. Good job.
Not too bad.
That's awesome.
Not too bad.
Awesome finish. Woo!
Good job, Big B.
So I hope you like those video clips. And as you can see, it was a pretty darn good result for Old Man Van. Better than I expected. I didn't really know what to expect since, you know what? I had gone through marathon training, I was recovering from the marathon, and I didn't really know where my short distance race speed was. But I was very, very pleasantly surprised by the result. Let's go into my PacePro plan so you can see exactly what my plan was, and it was kind of like an ambitious plan. I wasn't sure if I was going to hit that, but I put it in there anyway, and you'll see how close Old Man Van came to hitting that right on the mark. Okay, let's take a look at the PacePro strategy for the Manchester Road Race. Here we are. This is a list of all my PacePro strategies that I have currently loaded into Garmin Connect, which I load up to my Phoenix 6X Sapphire watch and I use during the races. Let's find the Manchester Road Race. Here it is right here. So let me click on that. Here you go. So last week I set up this PacePro plan. I was, again, thinking ambitiously, really wasn't sure if I had the fitness or the short distance speed fitness to run this pace. I based this on my previous 5-mile effort back in June where I hit about a 6:55 per mile pace. So I figured, you know what, let me throw that in there. Whether or not I can hit that is another story, but I put it in anyway. As you can see here, my plan for this 4.75 or 4.748 mile race was a 3250 or 655 per mile. Now, as I always do, I like to either go equal splits or slightly negative split. I put this as a negative split here, slightly negative split, because the second half of the race is pretty much downhill and flat. So I figured that was going to be real important, especially with this 1 mile hill from 1 to 2 miles. But as you can see, my uphill effort, I made a little bit easier so that I would save a little bit of energy to really kick it up when I hit that downhill spot. So let's take a look. Let's move down. Here you see the course profile. And as you see, let's see, when we get right to at about a half a mile slightly, and then it really kicks up about 0.8 miles. And then, man, right at 1 mile, boom, there it goes, right? It goes from, let's see, 246 feet all the way up to 472 feet, so almost 200 feet of climbing in a mile. So that's where I had to kind of take it easy a little bit. And you can see down here in my mile splits for my PacePro plan, I had it planned out to hit that 655 per mile pace, a 718 in the first mile, then a 734 going up the hill for about a 1451, right? And then cranking it up, going down the hill, and you can see that's right here. Right about at 2.25 miles, you start, man, you got this big downhill, another half mile plus. And I had that scheduled for a 643, then a 641, and then, cranking out the last 0.7 miles at 4 minutes and 35 seconds. So that would give me that 3250. So there you have the PacePro plan. Now let's go into the race itself. So already I ran a 32:54. That was my official time. So I pretty much nailed this PacePro plan. So how did it line up, with the pacing strategy that I had here? So let's go take a look at that. So here you can see Manchester Road Race, 32:54 for the 4.75 or 4.748 miles. So I pretty much just nailed it, right? I was shooting for a 655 per mile pace and I hit a 656. Absolutely nailed it, considering the fact, again, that I wasn't sure if I had the short distance speed because of all the marathon training I had done. And I was still, only 3+ weeks out from the Marine Corps Marathon. So let's look down and see what the mile splits were. Here we go. So if you recall, I was looking at about a 7:13 for mile 1, and actually I hit a 7:04. So I was actually a little bit below or a little bit ahead of what my PacePro pace was. Now we get to mile 2, which is the hill, and I was looking at about a 7:30 or 7:33 pace, and instead I did a 7:41 pace. So kind of evened out. It was right around the same time frame. But then you look, and maybe a few seconds over the pace, because again, I was looking for a 32:50 and I hit a 32:54. But what you'll see here is that those last 2+ miles, I was actually ahead of my PacePro pace. So instead of 6:40s or 6:41s, I was running sub 6:40s, 6:39, 6:39, then a 6:27 pace for the last 0.75 miles. So I really cranked it up, and I was able to, again, hit a 6:56 pace, 32:54, and nail my goal. So I am extremely happy with the result. And you can see here, it worked out really, really well. Okay, just quickly going over the official results. We're here on the Manchester Road Race website. Overall, I finished 542nd out of 8,359. There were probably over 1,000 unregistered runners as well, and a ton of walkers. So overall, it was probably well over 10,000 folks who were out there on that course. Overall time, 32:54, as you already saw, 6:56 per mile. Overall, as a male, I finished 474th out of 4,499. And in my age group, 55 to 59, I finished 15th. And you don't see it here, but there were about 359 runners, somewhere in that range, in my age group for men. And that's a really good placing. I think I was maybe a minute at most out of the top 10. And I know that I can definitely run faster. In fact, I think my second half of the race after the hill, which here you see the hill split, it took me 14 minutes and 25 seconds to get to the top of the hill. My second half of the race splits were in the top 10. So I know all I got to do is run a little bit harder up that hill, and I'll definitely be able to get down into the top 10. And actually next year, I'll be in the 60 to 64 range. And assuming I don't drop off a cliff and I actually get faster instead of slower, I should definitely be in the top 5 of the 60 to 64 age group when I get there next year. Only thing next year is going to be how close the New York City Marathon is going to be to the Manchester Road Race. So if I don't have enough time to recover, that could have some impact. But I'm definitely planning to run it either way. And if I do have time to recover, I'm planning to best this time and really put myself in a great spot in the 60 to 64 age group.
So as you can see, I nailed that PacePro strategy. I didn't expect to run that fast, but hey, I did it. I followed my plan and I nailed it. So next week, only a week from today, on December 4th, 2022, Old Man Van's going to run the Christopher Martin 5K down in New Haven, Connecticut. That's another blazingly fast field. It's a flat, fast course, over 1,000 runners. And Old Man Van is looking to run a sub 20 minute and 30 second 5K. Whoa, that would be an old man PR for Old Man Van. And you know what? That's an amazing time for somebody my age. And if I'm able to do that, that means I'm running in the 6:30s per mile. And I'm turning 60 in April. If I'm able to do that, I think I have the ability with some more speed work to hit a sub 20 minute 5K. At my age, that would be absolutely amazing. So stay tuned for the race video recap of that race. So thanks again for watching this video. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, if you're in the United States, hope you had a wonderful, wonderful holiday with your friends and your family. If not, hope you're enjoying the World Cup or whatever else you enjoy. So, as always, remember, lace up those shoes and let's get out on the roads.